like the Mariners are kind of the closest thing we got. And so a lot of people find like they kind of cheer for the Mariners, and the Mariners never win. So it's kind of like when I used to cheer for the Red Sox and they never won. It's kind of like your own club. You know, well, it's kind of like, honestly, it's kind of like Leaf fans. Like you never win, and so you're like, if the Leafs ever win, it'll be less fun being a fan because the misery is part of being the fan. I was an Expos guy when I was a kid. I loved the Expos. And so the Jays were always my second Canadian team, but I'll tell you, games 1 and 2 didn't go so well for them. So they better get on it.
You're not kidding, man. You're not kidding. And you're right about that scar tissue and the community that you feel a part of, because it's just misery and all these different things you've been through. That
nobody expects to win. You expect the loss, right? You're like,
exactly.
How could they do it again? And you're like, oh well, there it is.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way. And yeah, I mean, it gets. What do they say? It gets late quick, or it gets early quick, whatever. I'm jamming that up. But if you're the
it gets late early, Yogi.
It gets late early. There it is, Yogi Berra, Yogi Hayes. It gets late early, and if you're the Jays, man, it's getting late early. And the same thing with the Brewers. They got to fly to L.A. and try to figure that out, which will not be any easier. But what about from the NHL's perspective, like in your career? How quick does it have to be, or how quick can it be before you start looking around and thinking, man, I'm starting to panic, whether it's on an individual basis, how you're playing, or from a team standpoint, if the team's not playing so well?
Well, I individually, I'd say about 4 or 5 games. Like if you don't have anything and you're supposed to have something in the total columns, you start looking around and you're like, man, because 5 games, if you think of it, that's a couple of weeks, right? So now you're nearing the end of October, and you're like, wait a minute, I've got 1 assist in 5, 7 games. For a team, I think it's 10 games. You can probably have a pretty good indication of what you got. Like there's some teams that don't have any wins. There's some teams that have won 3 and everybody's high or low. And for me, it's too early for that. But man, there are some alarming signs when in a couple of places, and even though it is early, you're like, oosh, that's not a good thing.
What the hell you do if there's alarming signs 3 games in, Razor? Like, especially like a team like Buffalo.
You are
like,
sunk.
Yeah, like 3 games in, and when I think Tage Thompson came out and said, you guys need to relax. Like, if you're a fan, that would be the last thing you would want to hear. 14 or 15 years it's been, and they haven't made the playoffs, and he says that. It would be crazy.
So, I mean, I guess what else are they going to say? But there's also been like Alex Tuck and Thompson have said, you know, we got to figure this out. They're not talking about so they can win more. They're like, guys' careers melt away fast. And pretty soon you're in a place for, especially when you're a really good player, when you're, you know, a guy that's just in the league, like, man, you'll play anywhere. Like, I was thrilled to play in Atlanta the last 3 years of my career. We got our teeth kicked in. I was just happy to be in the league, right? Like, but those guys, they're looking and go, wait a minute, I could play on a really good team. I could be on a team that plays in a way different space than the Sabres. I look at Buffalo and I did some interview like at the start of the year, and I said my biggest fear or concern in Buffalo is I don't know what they're supposed to be. Like you might think you're a physical team and maybe not quite be good enough at it, or a scoring team but not quite good enough at it. Well, like what are the Sabres supposed to be? And I think that's, after this many years, that's the biggest problem. And so if they're all this fire Kevin Adams stuff. So say you fire him and you bring in a new guy, the first thing they have to do is identify what the hell they have there and what are they trying to be. Because
but that's 5
for
times
the life
over.
of me, I can't tell you. Like, what are they?
Yeah, they're a collection. They've got some good players, but you're right. There's a culture and no identity, Ray. That's the biggest challenge. And I think you did the New York game last night against Edmonton, right? Like, what are the?
Oh no, I was in Wash. I was in Wash. I've got Edmonton the next one. I did New York opening night. They're a team in the middle in a lot of ways. Like they've got 2 lines that can score. Two lines that could score, and two lines that will never score. They've got some older players, no middle, and some younger players. You know, so like it seems like they're trying to step into where the young guys take a bigger chunk of the team, except all their better players are their older guys. They're an older team. And the young guys, they sent them all to the American League, which is probably the right spot. But could you imagine, like, Noodles, you played there, and they haven't scored a goal in 3 games at home. Like that, you would feel that in the arena, like halfway through the anthem. Like you'd feel people getting nervous. It's like like JT Miller's like, relax, it's 3 games, and he's totally right. Except I don't know games. Like what are they going to be? Like are they going to score enough to be good enough? And I don't know that they are.
Well, on an individual basis, Elias Pettersson, I guess, came out today and say, I got to take some ownership for my slow start. Speaking of his slow start, he's got 1 assist, and they're panicking Vancouver.
Yeah.
I've picked up on that people aren't sure where Adam Foote's going with his team and what's going to happen. And like with Pettersson, we've talked about him so many times over the years, the 3 of us and the 4 of us when you join us, Ray. And I'm getting concerned from afar of like whether or not this guy can get out of the rut. And you see him up close, and you know the market, you know how they feel about him. Like, give us the glass half full, glass half empty approach to him on why you think he could return back to stardom, superstardom, or why maybe this is who he's going to be, and if so, that's going to be serious trouble for Vancouver.
Well, if this is who he's going to be, they've got enormous problems because he's their highest paid guy. They're not strong in the middle of the ice. He has to be their best centerman. And if this is how he can play, then like they're sunk. I mean, like how are you going to work around that? The glass half full is that he's healthy and he was really engaged and skated quite well in training camp. It's like the game overwhelms him right now at times. And I'm really like, it's not like he had a 50-point year and you're like, oh, maybe he could get to 70. He had a 90-point year. Like, where did it go?
100-point year one time?
Did he get it? Did he get that
Close.
high?
He was tipping up on it for sure. He was.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
that
like,
cat had 100 points in the National Hockey League.
Like, where does it go? Like, how do you go? This is the thing I just cannot get from him. Is like, it can't just disappear, can it? Like, I don't understand. I can't think of anyone that I would compare to that sort of thing. Other than injury, take a guy right out of commission. But he used to get the puck, and he's not a super fast guy, but he'd go north with it. He'd get himself into a position to shoot it. He'd shoot it. You know who's not fast and a great player is Wyatt Johnston. He's not fast. He's not big. He's not strong. Like